This is our church garden over at Ascension, and I take care of the garden, and we have another person promotes it. So this is our garden. This is our composter, which goes around and round. We're not using it very much. It's more of less a show item. This is our sinks where we washed our vegetables. And we don't really use it, but we have it. Okay. And this is our experimental beds, which we don't use too much. And this is our some of our okra plants. All our beds are raised beds, and inside we have compost. The compost is pure compost. It's like soil on steroids. We get a very large crop, high productive. This is our okra. It's near the end of the season. The okra comes to the top. This is about when you cut it off. As you can see down here, we have stems that are broken off. This is where the okra came up before. This is our lettuce, our fall lettuce. I planted from my seeds I thought I'd grow. As you can see, as I said before, it's a raised bed. Right. This lettuce is about 3 weeks old. A monarch butterfly. You can see the caterpillar, he eats parsley and he grows into a butterfly. And right now I can't think of his name, but he's a beautiful butterfly. Kind of like the monarch butterfly. This is Zida grass. I'm trying to, Zida grass, I want to take over all this lawn here. It's a tough grass. I love it. It's 2 weeks old. Yep. Here. He'll take over. Takes time, take maybe 5 years before cover up, take over everything. These are raised beds. And this is beans. This is my leeks, part of my leeks. And over here is some late lettuce. It's about a month old. Right here's the lettuce, and the cabbage worms are now eating this so-called broccoli. So it's not going to do anything. Before this was all broccoli. This here is Swiss chard, which is not as thick as my regular Swiss chard is. I grow much bigger leaves at home, but this is very thick together, so it has a hard time producing a leaf, a strong leaf. This is more string beans. We've got about 5 crops out of it. It's about the end of the season. More okra. And so we got kale mixed up with it. And we harvest kale every week. Okra is not my big thing, but someone else plants the okra and they take care of it. Recently I have put in lettuce. And I don't think we're going to get a crop this year. This is a tomato cage. It's not my idea for a tomato cage. It's made out of plastic. Someone else's idea, and it's only about 2 years old, and I'm waiting for it to give up. One year we had brownies come. They climbed up, they were picking tomatoes and they climbed up on the tomato cage and they tipped over one of my tomato cages. This is turnips and this is hot peppers. Beans, they're kind of a climbing bean. We thought they were going to be a bush bean, but they're climbing bean, more or less. And the crop I love is the next thing over is leeks. I grow a lot of leeks. I grow leeks very, very thick, and we continue to thin them out over the year. So we get a very large a bounty of leeks. As you can see, they're near the end of their season, so they get to be much larger, like this one. Normally, they're less than the size of my finger in thickness. This is my tomato cages, which are made out of wood. Since we use compost, our tomatoes are very close together, and we get an extremely large amount of tomatoes. And it can go way up to here. And last year, I had about 60 pounds of tomatoes on the top rung, a little higher than this. Lots and lots of peppers this year. I'm very surprised how many peppers we had. All of this is going to be taken down because, as you can see, it's collapsing on us slowly, and it's going to be a health hazard, as you can see over here. Used to be the convent. Okra blossoms, 3 of them. So we'll get okra until the frost. These are radishes, but I doubt we're going to get any radishes. Radishes are, to me, rather tricky to grow to get a radish. Don't know too much about radishes. Eggplant, it had one eggplant. Of course, we've cut it.